We're here in Charleston, South Carolina for a couple of days of thrifting, and of course we're going to see the best of what Charleston has to offer in terms of food, drink, and history. Actually, Charleston is right across the river from us there. We're in Sullivan's Island to start the day. We're right in front of historic Fort Moultrie right here. All right, let's hop on these beach cruisers and let's get to some thrifting. All right, just made a big ride all the way out to John's Island to start the day. I'll tell you what, Kim and I have been talking about coming to Charleston forever, and we've just never made it happen. But we made it happen today, and I'm excited for it. And I gotta tell you, just in the first few hours here being in town, this place is beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to spend a few days here. And of course, I'm excited to do some thrifting. We're here at the Goodwill in John's Island. We're gonna kick it off here. I'm gonna show you everything I find today to resell on eBay and Poshmark. All right, nice big store. I've obviously never been here before, so really not sure what to expect, but obviously I'm hoping to haul out and bring a whole bunch of stuff home that I can sell on eBay and Poshmark. We got a fresh rack to kick things off. I don't know what their rules are about fresh racks, if you're allowed to go to them or not, but we're gonna find out real quick. Tommy Bahama, that's nothing. Florida Gators, Star Wars. We struck out on the first one. Oh wow, and they just rolled out another one. 2 people already hitting it. We'll wait for them to clear and we'll see what's left. Boy, they are rolling them out. I like the looks of this. Look at this jacket. Never heard of that brand. Made in China. It's like faux fur hood on that. Big heavy jacket, quilted. I don't think anyone's gonna be grabbing that anytime soon. Got a pair of figs right here. Those look like they're stained, but that's a good pickup. I like grabbing those, the fig scrubs. You can see the logo right there. In better condition, we would snatch that up. Look at that, another pair of figs, probably donated by the same person, so maybe also stained. Doesn't look like it though. These are the joggers too, which tend to sell a little bit better. Look at that, more figs. These ones look like they're actually in good shape too. And also the joggers. So I'm gonna grab both of these. Been a while since I found figs. I feel like these typically sell in like the $20 to $25 range, but I'll throw a recent sold comp up on the screen that gives you a good idea what the market value for these are, but definitely a better seller with the jogger bottoms. Oh, look at that. Another pair right here. And these ones aren't the jogger bottoms. Kind of like a wide leg. And looks like in good shape too. They're probably the same size, so I probably could wad a couple of these up. And actually, here's another pair. Look like they're in good shape. I don't see the stains from the first one. Not a jogger bottom, but they're kind of tapered leg anyway, so we'll grab those. I wonder if there's more. So that's a pretty good little start there. Take that. Columbia. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry?
Are you from North Carolina?
Yeah.
I watch your show.
Oh, cool. I'm Chris.
Marilyn Rose. How are you?
Marilyn, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. Good to see you down here.
Yeah, you finding anything good?
You know, I drove an hour to get here.
Yeah.
And this is the only 2 racks they brought out.
Gotcha. Where's home for you?
Just up in North Charleston area.
Oh, okay, cool.
Near Daniel Island.
Right on. Beautiful area. We've never been here before, so excited to spend some time.
It has a second home in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I started watching you do all your tours, and I love
cool.
to go to different states. So.
Well, I appreciate you watching, and thanks for saying hi, too. Good luck.
Thank you, too.
I appreciate that. All right, another fresh rack here. Jump right in. Pair of Brooks Brothers women's pants. Interesting. These are like a wool blend. Nice Glen plaid pattern. You know, I've never bought Brooks Brothers women pants before. These are wide leg too. Really interesting. Women's size 12. Love picking up Glen plaid and men's, especially wool and Brooks Brothers, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna put these in the cart. We'll look those up in a second.
jump right back in here. Outdoor Research, how about that? Great brand right here. It looks like a women's size 12 on a pair of shorts. They're in good condition, it seems. So great outdoor brand right here. This is up there with the Patagonia, the Cools, and North Face. In fact, I personally like Outdoor Research for my closet better than some of those. What is this? Reese. Huh. That's the, I've only picked up this brand maybe one other time before. And I picked it up in men's. I know it is a men's and women's brand. I actually think it's more of a women's brand than a men's brand. So this looks like a pair of trousers, women's size 10 on these, 10 USA. Nice plaid pattern. Let's see what we got here. I feel like they're probably wool or at least a wool blend. Where is oh, there it is. Reese. So yeah, this looks like that brand, if I remember the font right. It says 50% wool, 48 polyester, 2 elastane on the Reese. So I'm going to look these up too, but I think these are good. We'll throw them in a cart for now, look them up in a minute. I gotta be honest with you, I did not know Ivanka Trump had her own brand. Interesting. What is this? Crazy Larry? That's an interesting brand. Never heard of that one before either. That's the fun part about thrifting in different areas, is you kind of run into some stuff that you wouldn't run into maybe at your home thrifts or home garage sales. And we are a long way from the mountains, so definitely not like mountain culture here. We are on the ocean, on the beach, right? Pair of Nike Pros, $5.25 on those. I don't know if those are worth it. Sometimes the Nike Pros can be good. I'm gonna throw those in the cart. What the heck, we'll look those up. It's been a while since I looked up anything like that. All right, so I just looked up these Reese on eBay. There's 74 of them listed and 23 sold, and I looked specifically for women's, and looks like the sale prices are pretty good. So maybe about a 33% sell-through rate, but $40, $46, that one's $23, $58. These are all pre-owned, by the way. There's a $249 blazer. It's actually a pantsuit. That's why it snuck into our pants search here. $26, $46, $45, $25. That one's $16, sold on auction. $40, $49. So this is a good grab. I didn't see the price. $5.25 on these. So we're gonna grab those. So I just looked up these Brooks Brothers women's pants, and kind of tough to pin down the sell-through rate for the Glen plaid. It does look like it's going to be a lower sell-through rate item for sure, but I'm going to bank on the fact that Glen plaid is hot right now. I'm also going to bank on the fact that this is a bigger women's size at size 12, and I'm going to bank on this fact that it is this wide leg, like really loose fit, which is also in style right now. So for this $5.25, I'm going to bet on these for sure. So I'm happy to have like 6 or 8 items already in the cart, and that's just from the fresh racks. I haven't hit any of these main racks yet. So what I'm gonna do is probably go and hit the jeans first and see what happens here. Thought I saw jeans on this side. Here they are. Whole bunch of pants and just a few jeans, it looks like. And look at that. The first pair on here is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren's. I walked right past them almost. Just a nice little bit of fade on the knees there. Nice little bit of fade on the back. I think we're gonna grab these. No holes, no rips, no significant heel drag. They want $6.95 for these, which is a little high for jeans. I pay $5 back home for most jeans, but these should sell for about $30. I typically list them around $29.99 and to take offers maybe down to $26.99. So even at $7, that's a good buy for me. So we will grab those. Gosh, we are like hot right now. I want to keep this going. Not with those Old Navies, we won't. All right, what else we got here? What are these? Oh, these is Buffalo. Yeah, I always like to think that these are Ariats whenever I see these, what is it, like the Buffalo David Britton. They just have that look to them with the stitching, right? Like Ariat or BKE, but really not much resale value to those jeans. Pair of Wrangler Wranglers, but those are the Rustlers. I don't grab those. I do grab a lot of Wranglers though. Alright, so jeans, nothing. It's funny, they have a ton of pants. Like both sides of this rack are pants. This is all pants too. What do we got here? Cat and Jack, that's nothing. Like a Walmart brand. Alright, quick audible. We'll do some polos first. I know we're really close to the ocean course, Kiowa Island, so wondering if we can find some ocean course shirts. That is definitely on my bingo card for today. John's Island is really close to Kiowa Island, so we got Beadratty right here. Looks like this might be a little washed out. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit washed out. This is one of those like cotton spandex blends. I do pick up this brand quite a bit. Doesn't sell quite like it used to, but especially if you can find a really good country club logo on those can sell well. Nantucket right here. Got a short sleeve shirt, so nicely in season. $4.95 on this one. Men's size large, slim fit, wrinkle free. These definitely do not sell like they used to, but it's like a bread and butter item for me now. So typically sell these right around 20 or 23 bucks, and this one's in season, so we'll grab this. I actually just shipped one out yesterday in a short sleeve, so grabbing it. After this stop, I'm either gonna go to another thrift store or I'm gonna go back into town and meet Kim for a late breakfast, early lunch, I guess a brunch if you will. Kim works remote, and so she's working right now from our Airbnb, which is really a great asset for us to be able to move around and do these kind of trips, because she can just basically work from anywhere where she's got a quiet space and some internet connection. So this trip is both work and play. So we have some friends that are flying in. Megan and Boo, they're coming in from Tampa and they're flying in tomorrow morning. So gonna be thrifting most of the day today, probably sprinkling some thrifting the rest of the week, but otherwise we're gonna be doing things like riding bikes, touring the city, eating our way through Charleston, sightseeing, that kind of thing. So been pretty excited about this trip for quite a while now, and here we are. The ladies here like their fresh racks, that is for sure. We'll wait our turn. Remember that brand, Kappa? Remember that brand being like hot back in maybe early 90s, mid 90s? Yet another fresh rack here. They are pulling them out. So we got a Territory ahead right here, and that is a really awesome pattern. That is a really nice pattern. So with Territory ahead, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for bold patterns like this one right here, kind of Southwest style. But that one, that looks like a bleach stain or something. But this would be an easy grab for me at whatever it is, probably $5. I don't even see the price tag on it, but I would grab this for $5 and list this for somewhere around 25, 26 bucks. Great pattern like this sells it. A really boring Territory ahead can be a tough sell, but a really great pattern can be a good one.
Sorry.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Chris.
I watch you every now and then. I like to go up to the Hendersonville store. I have a buddy up there who buys jackets for me, and I go up there and get them from him.
Good for you.
Just wanted to say hi.
I appreciate you saying hi. What's your name?
Yeah, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, I've been doing this for about 3 years. Went full time 2 years ago.
Shoot.
But just to let you know, I did go through all the women's pants, jeans. I didn't barely looked at the men's polos because I saw you going through there.
Gotcha.
Just giving you a heads up.
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't know if you've been to the James Island store yet.
That's the one kind of back west. Or sorry, no, that'd be back east of here.
I think it's towards the coast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you haven't been there yet, I'm not going that way. I'm
Okay.
actually going to go all the way to Walterboro.
Got it.
And I'm going all the way to Hilton Head to hit all those stores out.
Dang.
Yeah,
You live around this area?
Yeah, I live
Okay.
in this area. This is probably the best store in
Okay.
the area, but it's dry right now. I mean, I found things I only picked up because of size. I barely picked those up. Those 34, 34, I'm picking that up.
Gotcha.
most of the time.
Yeah. Good size.
Yeah, it was dry today, but usually I can come in here and find 20 plus items with high STR. And
It's the business though, you know, the
you just
good days and
gotta
bad
keep it.
days.
That's what I tell people, grind the bread and butter. If you can do that, you can do it full time.
Yep.
If not, it's more like a side hustle right now.
Exactly, yeah. It's not just pulling fire all day, all night.
You can. Yeah, I've got over 100 STR on my store.
Good for you, man.
More than I have listed.
That's awesome.
But I watch everybody on YouTube, plus I'm on eBay all the time looking at comps, and I haven't even started cross-listing.
There's an opportunity there for you.
I'm going to, man.
Hey man, nice to meet you.
Yeah, keep it up.
Take care. Torrey Pines. That's a good country club right there on the Under Armour. Men's size extra large. I'm not sure if that's worth it on the Under Armour. Might be, but that's a snag right there in a really high profile spot too, so bummer. I guess a little pull. Darn, we'll leave that behind. So no huge surprise here. These Nike Pro dry fit leggings, they have about a 10% sell-through rate, and they're selling mostly in like the $10 to $15 range on the really high end, but mostly $10. So we'll put that back for $5.25. Well, they say the devil's in the details, and the money's in the details too. A little bit of discoloration right there, and on a pair of dress pants, that is a total deal breaker. Ain't nobody want that. So we're gonna put these Brooks Brothers back. Donald Ross, not a great golf brand, but it's got a country club logo. I don't know that. Medalist Golf Club, but this is that's a country club in South Carolina. This is called the Secession. That's what it's called. I've sold one golf polo with this logo on it before. It actually sold really quickly. I think it was a Grayson or maybe a Peter Millar, but this is a really well-known country club. And a really cool logo, by the way. So I'm gonna take a shot on this. It's only gonna be $4.95. Looks like it's in really nice condition. Men's size large, it looks like. I'm gonna grab it, $4.95. I bet you with the right keyword, the Secession, and the right photo, that I can find a buyer for this right quick. Tory Richard, a pair of shorts. I've definitely never seen Tory Richard shorts before. This is size 10, so that's a women's size right there. Obviously women's look, ooh. They are stains, so not even gonna bother looking them up. Hey.
Yeah, they would never have night shift people.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Flannel shirt seemed like a good idea this morning, but
I know, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out. Oh yeah, we are in South Carolina.
Yep,
That's all right. You'll need them eventually.
that's true. All right, that was a super fun first stop. I spent $53.60. I got 10 total items, but more importantly, we met some great people, had some great conversation, and they gave me some good insights, so I know where we're going next. All right, that was just a short ride from Johns Island over to James Island. We're going into the Goodwill on Folly Road. Let's get some good stuff. Again, this is another thrift store that I've never set foot into before, so have no idea what to expect, but did hear good things about this store. By the way, thanks to everybody on Instagram and Facebook who gave me some really good insight on the Charleston area, not just thrift stores, but also some restaurants and to go hit and some places to see, so thanks everyone. And if you're not already following on Instagram and Facebook, why not? I post free content there every single day. I show you exactly what's selling, exactly what I'm picking up. It's all free. All right, let's kick it off here with these long sleeve men's shirts. Here we go, Peter Millar. Now this is an example of Peter Millar that I do not pick up. Not everything from a brand is created equal. I hear people say all the time that their Peter Millar just sits in their store, but this is an older tag. It's also 100% cotton, and this is really not what's in demand right now for Peter Millar. What people want is the performance fabrics, the polyesters, the spandex, wool, that kind of stuff. And this is not it. This is just going to be a really slow seller in your store and probably only sell for like $15. So I leave these behind. Southern Tide, that's funny. When I think about Charleston, I think about Southern Tide, I think about Vineyard Vines. Like those are such Carolina coastline type of brands. And that's interesting. That's actually the South Carolina Gamecocks logo right there. I can't think of a more South Carolina, more Charleston type of shirt than this one right here. That's funny. Not worth a ton of money, but I feel like this one has to go in the cart. I can't come to South Carolina, I can't come to Charleston and not grab this shirt. It's official. Got a Columbia here, Omni Shade, sun protection on this one. Nice plaid pattern. Men's size extra large, which is a good size, and this is really in season. Over the past 30 days, I've sold 18 Columbia pieces. In the spring and in the summer, these sell really well for me. In the fall and the winter, they really fall off. But this one's feels like it's nylon, it's vented, it's $4.95. This should sell for me for about 18, 19 bucks. So I'll grab it, and it should sell pretty quickly with this pattern right here and this season. More Columbia here. That's an older tag. Just looks really wore out. We'll skip that. Got a Polo Ralph Lauren here. Men's extra large. We got a pony on the chest, which we're always looking for. Nice kind of plaid check pattern on this. So we're not making a highlight reel here, but $4.95. I'm going to grab this, and this should sell for between 20 and 23 bucks. There's a J. Crew. So my homie Jason Hayes has told me just the other day that he's been picking up J. Crew and selling them for like $18 to $20. But he says he's only picking up ones that are like nice plaid patterns or flannel or just kind of like unique in some way. This one's chambray. Like you can see that finish, it almost looks like denim. It's just like chambray is the weave. And these can sell pretty well for a lot of brands. Now, I'm not telling you to go pick up this shirt right here, but for $4.95, I'm gonna give it a go and see if my man Jay Hayes is right on this one. Now here's one I haven't found in a while, Popper Cloth. Now, if I remember right, these don't have a great sell-through rate, and honestly, this probably doesn't have a size tag on it because these are like custom fitted shirts. So I'll have to measure this one to determine the size. I'll measure the neck, and I'll measure the pit to pit, and I'll measure the sleeve length, and that's how I'll list this shirt right here. I am going to grab this because I like the pattern, and look at this, it's got that really modern spread collar right here. So I'm going to give this one a go just because I haven't found one in a long time. I bet you I can get about 25 bucks for this if it's still the same market as it was a couple of years ago. Going to untuck it here. That's a polyester one too, so this is like a performance moisture wicking type of shirt. Now this is all I've looked through. There's literally this one rack right here, and I'm not even halfway through, and we're just getting a whole bunch of bread and butter. So I'm excited about this. Obviously I'd like to find like really fire items at crazy sell-through rates that are going to sell for 50 or 60 bucks, but if I can load up the cart with a whole bunch of $20 to $25 items, I'd be happy with that. So $4.95 on this. I typically list these for $23 and take offers on eBay. The polyester ones, moisture wicking ones, sell a little bit better, especially this time of year. Topo Designs. Now that's interesting. This is like an outdoor brand, and this one kind of feels more like a fishing, hiking shirt right here. Yeah, vented in the back like this. Not a brand I find very often in the wild. I find them more like retail clearance than I find them at thrift stores. So interesting grab right here. Looks like it's a snap up. Yeah, looks like the snaps kind of broke off there and they're ripped and sewn. So obviously we're going to put this one back, but that's interesting. I wasn't expecting a Topo Designs. Marine wear? Right on, let's go. Now, little polo shirt here. This is a really good brand. Unfortunately, this is really worn out too, but that's the brand, so you can see it. And this is totally like marine wear style right there, but unfortunately that's wrecked. Look at that. Good on Mountain Hardware. That's women's size medium. That could be a Kim shirt right here. It's a lightweight flannel, like really lightweight, but nice and soft. This brand can be hit or miss. I tend to like to get the more heavyweight items like jackets or hoodies, stuff that people would wear hiking and fishing, but that right there has got a bleach stain, so even Kim ain't gotta want that one. Look at that, Fall Raven. This one's a men's medium. Great outdoor brand right here. So feels like a lighter weight flannel. You can see the logo right there on the chest on that flat pocket. I'm gonna grab this. This is a really good seller here. This to me is probably about a $30 shirt right here. Not the perfect time of year to be grabbing flannel, but I don't care. It'll sell eventually, and who knows? Sometimes stuff like this sells really fast out of season. I'm wearing a flannel right now out of season. A lot of flannels here. It's like the flannel section. LL Bean. It's a men's medium on this one. This one's a flannel, but it's more of a twill flannel, and nice colorway on this. $4.95. Again, not the perfect season for this, but this one will sell eventually. I'm gonna grab it. It's got a nice sort of South Carolina Charleston colorway, I feel like. So that's it. That's the first rack. That's all I've done is this one rack, and we get a lot of stuff in this cart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items off that first rack. I wasn't expecting that. Let's go. All right, into the polo shirts and this random pair of pants here. Look at that. Clemson Tigers. That's South Carolina for you. That's more like Western South Carolina, though. Look at that jersey. Let's see if we can get hot here. Oh, Untuck It. Now, I don't really pick up Untuck It with the polo shirts, but this has a really nice feel to it, and obviously like a really great floral pattern, which might rise to the top. But I don't know. This looks suspiciously short, like it's been shrunk. I don't know. I don't think it's really worth much money anyway, and it's probably shrunk, so forget it. Ooh, look at that Puma. Now, I don't buy and sell a ton of Puma golf polos, but if they can be a standout color, like, I mean, this is just an awesome pattern right here. Now, men's size small, I typically am much more selective with men's size small, but that pattern is just something else. I'm gonna grab it. It's in season too, and it's $4.95. Like, this is the time of year that people are buying golf polos like crazy, so I'm gonna grab it. This is probably a really good time to point out that a lot of the items I've picked up so far today are low and mid sell-through rate items. That means I have a whole lot of competition on these items on eBay and Poshmark. There's just tons of them listed, but with our sales process, we are competitive selling those items and sell them all the time because we do certain things really well. That includes great photos, great keywords, measurements in all our listings, cross-listing onto multiple platforms, and using automation tools to show up higher in search results. So it also includes our not-so-secret weapon, Nifty AI. This is actually a good grab right here. Cricket. But no, that's like super worn out. This is a good seller right here. I love grabbing these, especially this time of year. It's a brand called Cricket out of Austin, Texas, a modern brand. Whew, that's really stained too. Typically sell these around 25 bucks and quickly this time of year, but we're gonna put this one back. Anyway, Nifty is our not-so-secret weapon, and right there on the screen, I linked a video of us actually showing you our full selling process, our full listing process using Nifty AI. Check it out. I'm also going to link that video at the end of this video so you can keep watching right now. But just know, as we're picking up some of these items, these might be items that, unless you have a really great sales process built out, that you might not want to pick out some of these. Look at that Gamecock. So we'll go on this old starter. I don't know if this has any value here. It's actually pretty stained up too, but that's really cool. Look at this old starter team. I mean, this has got to be, that's got to be 90s anyway right there with that tag. It's not made in the USA though, so maybe that's like early 2000s, but that's vintage. It is stained pretty much, but Gamecocks, yeah, look at those stains. Yuck. Kind of a cool find. All right, so we definitely cooled off from that first rack. This one, I don't even know, did I get anything off this polo shirt rack? What's that right there, actually? That's a Lululemon. Kind of a sneaky little grab right here. So this is the Metal Vent Tech is this model, which is actually a pretty good seller, even in the t-shirt. These are often kind of like wore out, but this one looks like it's in really good shape. So it doesn't have the hang tag right here, which is okay. I noticed it's Lululemon because of that little stitching right there. You can also look down by this waistband, see where it says Live in Practice. That's typical to Lululemon. And these more modern ones here have the size right on the inside of the hem here. So this is a size 2 extra large. So these typically sell like right around 20 bucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this for that $4.95, assuming they didn't put a hole in it. Oh, look at that. They put the tag right through the seam nicely there, so it's not gonna leave a hole. Oh man, they put it right through the back though. That's pretty funny actually. I think, well, let's see. I think that's gonna be okay the way it came through. I think that'll close right up. So we're gonna grab that for $4.95. So yeah, that polo rack just got us these two pieces, the Puma and the Lululemon. So hot start, we've slowed down. There's actually another polo shirt rack here, so we'll dig into these. I guess some of them are short sleeve too, not just polos, but here's a polo Ralph Lauren, size extra large, pony on the chest, but it's super, super wore out. So we'll just skip that one nice and quick. Look at that. The Mooney, Charleston, South Carolina. This is not a brand that I typically pick up, but I don't know, maybe that's a good country club logo. Not good enough to make that shirt valuable. We got polo Ralph Lauren. This one's size 2XB, see that? So this is a big and tall size. And pony on the chest. I always check the V's here, the vents. They're often ripped on these shirts, but that one's nice and clean. No stains, the collar isn't worn out. Usually the collars are all worn out. That's like the first red flag, but it's in really good shape. $4.95 on this. I'll grab this and list this on eBay because of the bigger size. I'll price it a little bit higher than I typically do on these. Probably price it at $23.99 and accept offers down to $20. So for $4.95, another bread and butter pickup right here. Got another Polo Ralph Lauren here, modern tag, men's size 3 extra B, another big size. $4.95 on this one. And look at that tie-dye pattern. Now, really hard to see if this is stained or not because it is so freaking wrinkled, but you can tell it hasn't been washed all that much. The neck looks like it's in good shape. One of the tricks I use with really wrinkled shirts to see if they're stained is just to pull them really tight. I don't know, it looks like it's in really good shape. I don't know what these tie-dyes go for. It's been a while since I sold one, but I think with this big size and since it's short sleeve and very in season, I'll probably list this one, I don't know, $31.95. Maybe the right price is $29.99 and accept offers on it. Of course, pony on the chest, which is key on this piece right here too. All right, polos and shirts are done. Let's dig into some jeans here. Levi's right off the bat, 505, 38 by 32, $6.95. That's just a little too much for $5. This is a borderline pickup, but for $7, it's kind of a slow seller in like the $20 to $22 range, so probably not gonna mess with that one. Put a 541. This will probably be the same thing, right? $6.95. So again, similar with the 505s. It's not a really great seller from Levi's. Slower seller, low sell-through rate, probably $20 to $22. So at $7, I'll pass on it. At $5, it's kind of borderline. I might pick it up if it's in great condition and a good size. And that's the thing with the $7 jeans. Or if you're in a neck of the woods where they're 8 or 10, right? You can't just study a list of good jeans, right? You got to figure out what makes sense for your area and the price that you can get stuff for. And it looks like, oh really? That's like a small jeans section, right? Do they not wear jeans down here in Charleston? That's it? Crazy. On to the pants now. That's a Lululemon right there. Little sneaky find. There's probably a tag right. Nope, there's not. So this would be a tough find for somebody if they didn't know to look on the back of the snap. But you know. But these ones right here, pretty washed out, pretty stained. So we're gonna have to leave those behind. In good shape. This is probably a $30 pair of pants.
All right, we got 14 items at that store, spent a grand total of $71.60. That store was a total bread and butter machine. But the last 2 items I picked up were actually the best 2 items, and my Meta glasses died before I grabbed those, so I'll show you those when I get to the car. I don't know what these trees are called right here, these ones that hang over all the roads. You see them in the postcards. Well, it's not just in the postcards, they're everywhere driving around here. Pretty cool. So let me show you these last 2 items that I grabbed after my Meta glasses died. So this one right here is a straight down, it's a quarter zip, and look at that camo pattern on it. Like really nice camo pattern. And it's got a country club logo. I'm gonna say this wrong, Paiute Golf Resort. I Googled it. Apparently it's a pretty well-known golf resort in the Vegas area. So I grabbed that. I figure I could probably get maybe $30 or $35. I spent $5.25 on that. And then we got here, this is a Joseph A. Bank blazer. And if you see, it still has the tags on it right there. So 1905 tailored fit, and it's 100% linen. Really nice blue color on this. The price tag on this was $6.95 right there. I haven't looked this up, but I sell used Joseph A. Banks blazers for like $40 to $50. So I got to imagine that brand new with tags, that this is going to be worth, I don't know, let's call it 60 or 70 bucks. So with that, it is time to meet Kim. She's been texting me. She's definitely hungry. She might be a little hangry. So we're gonna head back to Charleston. We're gonna pick her up at the Airbnb, and we're gonna go walk to get I guess it's not really breakfast anymore, more like lunch. We'll call it brunch. All right, it is breakfast time. We are out in front of the old cigar factory. Look at how big this building is. Back in the early 1900s, this was the biggest private employer in all of Charleston, and now it is called Mercantile and Mash, kind of like a modern new food hall. Time for breakfast?
I am so ready to eat.
All right. So apparently there's some really interesting history with this building too. So back in the 1940s, this was the birthplace of the song "We Shall Overcome," which then later became a big part of the civil rights movement and that really popular song in the 1960s. And that all started during a worker strike right here in this building. Kind of interesting. I can smell good coffee, yeah. It's good to see a touch of Asheville down here in Charleston. They got some of these poppy popcorns. Big fan here.
I'm going to do the oat milk latte. I'm also going to do the breakfast sandwich, the croissant with the sausage, cheddar, and scrambled egg.
I'll do an iced coffee, please.
Okay. What else were you saying?
I'll do that breakfast wrap.
You're gonna hear your name up at the coffee bar for those drinks in just a minute.
Awesome.
And we'll bring the food right out to you.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So this place has got a lot going on. I love the open kitchen concept here in the bakery. Get to watch them doing their thing. Looks like she's making some croissants and some other thing that looks really good there too. They also have a butcher counter. The sign said, "Look at our meat." So I did. The meat looks really good, but enough of the shenanigans. We're here for coffee and breakfast, and now is the time.
Reception breakfast.
Thank you.
And then you have the croissant.
The breakfast wrap is bigger than my head. I ate half of it. Kim loved her croissant sandwich. The coffee was excellent. Really cool vibe in here. Kim got some work done, and now it's time for me to head out thrifting again. Over the Ravenel Bridge, that's the Cooper River below me and the Atlantic Ocean in the distance. I think we picked maybe the most beautiful weekend to hit Charleston, and really the weekend is just getting started. Just drove over that giant bridge to Mount Pleasant. That bridge is freaking amazing. We are here in front of the Goodwill in Mount Pleasant. Let's get it. So this is another Goodwill I've never been to before, so no real expectations. However, word on the street is that this is a pretty good location. So definitely a different vibe in here. Not as clean and retail-y as the other locations, but let's see if we can get us a cart. Oh, here we go. Looks like some fresh racks right here. Might as well dig right in. Some blazers. Nice pattern. Saddlebred is nothing. Exclusively tailored for Gary Simmons. Another one. Gary with 2 R's. Oh wow, this is a good one. Peter Millar right here. This is one of my favorite brands to find, particularly for suits and blazers. Nice modern blue color with a little kind of like subtle check pattern, like a heathered check. Very nice. Some pick stitching. Very modern piece right here. Definitely feels like it's 100% wool. So that didn't take long. We got our first cart piece, $6.95. Hugo Boss. This is a very modern Hugo Boss, modern tags. Woven in Italy, super 120s wool. And the wool is from Italy here, the Trabaldo. I'm not familiar with that wool mill, but for $6.95 on a modern blazer, thin lapel, pick stitching, 100% wool, Italian wool at that. So we're gonna grab that one too for $6.95. Let's go. And probably end up grabbing this one too. We got a Brooks Brothers here. Modern tag, size 46L. This feels like a blend of something. Yep. So we got a, what is this? Polyester cotton blend? No, that ain't right. But 98% wool, 2% elastane. It was the trim, I guess, that was probably like that cotton blend. Now this is an interesting blazer here. Got the metal buttons. They're not gold, but they're silver. Just a solid navy pattern, really kind of textured wool finish to it. I'm gonna grab that one too at that $6.95. So we got a good rack here brewing. These are mountain khakis, but they're corduroy. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found mountain khakis that are corduroy. I'm gonna throw these in the cart. We'll look them up. Mountain khakis tends to be a borderline piece. I think these are probably a pickup at $5.25, but we'll look them up on eBay in a minute. Nice pair of performance pants. Check that out. Was not expecting this. I don't know that I've ever found Holderness and Bourne pants. Really great golf brand here.
I've found them new with tags like retail clearance. I've never found a pair at a thrift store, Holderness. So this fresh rack is absolutely killer. Can it keep going? Pair of bonobos. I typically don't pick up the cotton khakis, but these are actually like a performance pants. What are these made of? Should be a materials tag in here. Fabric made in Italy. So they're probably wool, right? Cotton and elastane. Monteco. I'm gonna throw these in the cart. We'll look these up. These might be borderline here. Oh, never mind. They got like a little, they're torn. Put those back. Tommy Bahama. I don't pick up all Tommy like most brands, but this feels like it's cotton. Nope. Yeah, 70% cotton, 30 silk. That's a cool pattern. I think with that silk blends, never mind, that collar is worn out. Gosh, this like, the hits keep on coming. I think I'm gonna grab this one here. So this is a Tommy Bahama Island Zone. So this will be like a poly blend shirt, button up. Not a big hit here, but for $4.95, men's size extra large. This is definitely in season, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Got the logo on the chest, which helps too. Adidas. Little quarter zip. It's got a nice pattern to it. No, oop, never mind. Yeah, the cuff's kind of like ripped, so that would have been probably a pass anyway. I don't know, maybe borderline. All right, we got to backtrack here. This is a really good rack. So we're gonna dig into this deep here. St. John's Bay. Check out this t-shirt. That's the bridge I was talking about that we just drove over. I forget the name of it. That's cool. The bridge run, I've heard of that now. A friend of mine ran that race a few years back. So that was a crazy rack. What did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items off that fresh rack. So let's dig into the next ones, see if we can get some similar luck. What is this? Like an all over print Jordan? That's really cool. It's got like Jordan all over it. Look at him, he's dribbling here, he's playing defense here, dunking here. Nice pattern to it. On a legit Jordan tag there too. I've never seen a piece quite like this. I'm gonna grab that, I think. I just feel like that pattern will sell this. $5.25. No, that logo right there. That's the Gymshark logo, right? Yep. Gymshark. Now this brand doesn't sell like it did just a couple of years ago, and this is just a pair of like cotton joggers. They're actually pretty worn out too. I was thinking that that might be a grab for Kim, but that might be a men's medium actually, so never mind. Another proper cloth. We found one of these earlier. That was more of a dress shirt. This one's a polo shirt. It's got a nice feel to it. It's almost like a hemp kind of feel to it. Let's see what this is made of. 100% cotton. Go figure. That's got a nice kind of feel to it. I don't know if this has a lot of value to it, but long sleeve polo shirt. It's like super lightweight. It's a nice feel to it. Could have grabbed that $4.95. We'll take a shot on that. Pair of Stitch shorts right here. Stitches Britches. So this is a golf brand, pretty good golf brand, but it's a lot of stains. Almost wonder how somebody gets so many stains. Would they work on their car in this pair of golf shorts? I mean, I suppose it's possible. So that's pretty good work for 3 fresh racks, although it was really all the first one. I guess we got 1 each off the other 2. Actually, it looks like there's another fresh rack right over here. Look at that Vail, Colorado. No value there, but cool. Step Brothers. That's funny. Look at this. Peter Millar Crown Sport Pants. They kind of feel worn out though. Maybe they're just a little pilly. can hit that with a fabric shaver. I don't know though. What are these made of? Fabric is 100% polyester. So Peter Millar Crown Crafted. This is like the higher end, like more expensive retail Peter Millar. I was questioning this pair because it just feels like it's got a lot of pilling. But again, I think that fabric shaver will take care of that. And Peter Millar pants are almost always a pickup for me. So I'm gonna throw these in the cart. All right, that's the end of the fresh racks, but we did pretty good. I guess we got 1 each off the last 3, and that first one was the big one. We got like 6 off that, so really good start to this trip. Look at that right here. End of the rack magic here. 7 for All Mankind Paxton. We're in the women's section here, but this is actually a men's pair of jeans. Whenever I find them on the end of the rack, I'm always worried if someone didn't put them back because there was a flaw after they grabbed them, but maybe they just weren't the right size. But that's an easy grab. Now this is more of like a tapered leg, like slim fit, which won't sell like a boot cut or like a straight leg or relaxed fit right now, which is very in style, but people are still wearing these, so they're still buying them. I'm gonna grab them. Actually, slim fit men's are doing better for me than slim fit women's have been lately. But all right, let's go find the men's section. I don't know where it is. Oh wow, there's more fresh racks over here, like 4 of them. Levi's XX chinos, but they're corduroys. I've actually never found corduroys with the XX chino label on them. So I'm gonna look these up. I'm gonna throw these in the cart. We still haven't even hit regular rack yet, so let's dig in. Looks like a bunch of men's shirts right here. Look at that, right on the end of the rack. Peter Millar. It's a men's size small, but it feels like wool. It's definitely going to need a lint roll. Yeah, merino wool, silk, and nylon. Peter Millar wool is pretty much always a grab for me. Even in a men's size small, we'll find a good sell-through rate. With wool, of course, you really got to look it over because it has a way of getting little holes in them, especially right around the armpits here. But I don't see nothing. Also down by like the ribbing at the bottom. Sometimes I'll find like little subtle tiny holes down here, but I think we're good. Quick lint roll. This is an easy $30 or so right here. What do they want? $4.95. That's a grab. It's actually pretty cool. Wicked Comfy LL Bean. That's so New England. A kid shirt right there. I would rock that if that was not a kid shirt. Got an Orvis right here. Now this is the type of Orvis I like. I don't pick up all Orvis, but this is a very fishing specific shirt. So it got the vents here in the front, probably in the back too. Yep, big vent in the back. So this is what I like to pick up from Orvis. They actually sell pretty well. This one's a polyester nylon blend. Condition looks pretty good. I don't see any flaws. Looks like it's got all its buttons here. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab this one. This is a trout bum too. That model used to sell for even a little bit more than it does now, but I'm gonna grab this. Ooh, what's this on the side? Got some kind of logo here. Blackberry Farm. I don't think that'll offend anybody. I don't know. It makes it kind of borderline, right? Because you gotta find a buyer now who's not gonna mind that embroidery, but I feel pretty good about that. This is a good seller right here, so I'm gonna grab it for the $4.95 and probably list this somewhere around like $24.95 and take offers. Yeah, we'll grab it. Imagine not giving up on a shirt until it does this on the collar. I mean, give me a break, man. Look at that. Brioni. This is an uncommon find. An Italian menswear brand. Wow. I can't tell you the last time I found a pair of Brioni. Yeah, that sucks. Dang, I don't know how much these pants are worth. Like I said, it's been a long time since I found Brioni, but Oh man, with that staining there. I don't know what these are. I feel like they're a wool blend, like slacks, dress pants, but dang, that would have been a cool find. So, just so I could say, hey, I found Brioni. It's probably been a couple of years since the last time I found a Brioni piece, at least since I took one home. So very different experience than that last Goodwill we went to when the men's long sleeve shirts were popping. I went through all of them and I guess I got that sweater too. A sweater and one shirt and nothing on the short sleeve side. So a little bit different than that last store where we get like 10, 12 items off the long sleeve men's shirt rack, but that's how it goes. Levi's here, 541s. I do grab these for $5, but here they're $6.95, so I'll leave these behind. They just don't sell for enough. Got a pair of Page jeans here. I do pick up some of these. I like picking up the men's ones. I haven't been picking up the women's ones. Look like they're in good condition. I think they are men's. Let's see what the model is. Lennox. I don't know what the size is, but I think these are worth the grab anyway for $5.25. They're like jeans, but they didn't price them like jeans, so they priced them like pants. We'll take it. Got some AG jeans right here, white ones. These are men's because these are the Everett. And I don't know, the white always gives me heebie-jeebies, especially in pants, right? Yeah, and you can see right there, there's some discoloration along the pockets. So we'll leave those behind. Look at that. Another pair of AG white jeans. And yeah, you can already see these are stained up too. I would grab both of these if they were in better condition. If they weren't white, I would grab this one, that's the Tellus, and this one, the Everett. They're both good sellers. They typically sell around 30 or 35 bucks, but moving on. Blazer time. Well, t-shirt time, I guess, too. And shorty shorts, too. See what we can find here for blazers. We got Joseph Bank Travel Tech. I like grabbing these. Now, every time I show a Joseph Bank blazer that I pick up, people freak out and they say I thought Joseph Bank wasn't worth anything. Look, I pick up very, very few Joseph Bank blazers, looking for really, really specific stuff here. And this one is a travel blazer, so we can see how it's unlined on the inside here. Really thin lapels, stretchy fabric. Like, this is what somebody's going to want to travel with. Size 40R, and you can see the fabric is wool, polyester, and spandex right here. I do pretty well with these. It's not a crazy sell-through rate, but very, very modern blazer. And what is going on? I think that is just a little too worn out there, so I'm going to leave that behind. I mean, it's a borderline piece. I typically sell these for like 42 to 50, like in that range, and a lower sell-through rate, but with just a little bit of wear like that, makes it a tough sell. Here we go, Joseph A. Banks, 1905 Burr Comfort, which means it's like a moisture wicking kind of stretchy material. So it's a wool blend, probably with some polyester and spandex. Nice kind of tweed texture to it, and the patch pocket. So super modern blazer right here, but has kind of that like classic timeless look to it. So I'm gonna grab this for $6.95. Probably list this around 42 bucks, but really love the texture pattern. If I can get good photos of this to come through, then I will definitely get a quick buyer on this. All right, just looking over some stuff. We were moving fast on those fresh racks at the beginning, and this Tommy Bahama Island Zone just got some wear around the collar. It's a lower sell-through rate item anyway, so I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but with that flaw, it's a no-go. Is it just me, or do these Goodwills in Charleston have more ads playing over the speakers than any other Goodwill? I've been to a lot of Goodwills, y'all, and it's like, I feel like it's every other song there's an ad, and sometimes it's back-to-back ads. Anyway, just saying. All right, just went through the ties. I found a couple of these Hanes and Bonner ties. I've never sold these before, but I think I'm gonna give them a try. I'll bundle them as a lot of two. Comps look pretty good. I also got a whole bunch of these Joseph A. Bank ties. I actually have like maybe 16 or 20 of these at home that I haven't listed yet, so I'll probably add these to that bundle, or I'll just make another bundle. There's enough here to do that, but all really nice patterns, kind of modern Joseph A. Bank. So grabbing those, they're probably $1 a piece. I'm not sure. We'll find out. How's it going? Not bad. How much are the ties? $2. Okay, we'll do those. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, that was pretty good actually. Ended up getting 23 total items and I spent $98. Now, a lot of that was ties, so it's probably not as good as it sounds with those numbers, but I'm still pretty happy with that haul. Get some really nice blazers. All right, now it's time to get into some Charleston fun, but don't worry, we'll be back for some thrifting tomorrow. Our Florida friend showed up and the real fun began. We rented some beach cruisers out on Sullivan's Island. We just pedaled around aimlessly for a few hours, stopped at this little beach called Thompson Park, and boom, we immediately spotted dolphins. After that, we parked our hogs for a snack at the boathouse. Awesome rooftop deck with 360-degree views, more dolphin sightings, and of course, a cocktail. Cheers. All right, I guess we're going on a distillery tour. We're out in front of High Wire Distilling Company here in Charleston.
Are you sick of all your bourbon being made with yellow dent corn? Do you want some red corn bourbon? Here we go.
I don't know what he's talking about, but we're gonna go on a bourbon tour. So I learned during the tour that boo's actually pretty smart. All of High Wire's bourbons are made with a unique local red corn called Jimmy Red.
This still right here is our original still. That's from the original location. Her name's Nadine. Yeah, this is our mash tun. This is where all the magic starts to happen. So this is a char 2, this is a char 3, this is a char 4, and then drop back down into the bottom of this column.
The tour was great, but of course our favorite part is going to be the tasting. Kim got a fancy drink made with their Amaro. It was excellent. They also make their own vodka, rum, and gin. I got a flight of their single barrel bourbons. I thought they were all really good. If you're a fan of bourbon, I recommend this stop. After that, we went down to the French Quarter and the waterfront. You got to see the pineapple fountain, and of course, you got to see historic Rainbow Row. We were celebrating Kim's birthday, so we went out for a fancy dinner at Revival. It was fantastic. Happy birthday, Kim. All right, we are in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I got Kim with me. She's stuck thrifting with Peak. We're going into Goodwill here in Mount Pleasant. Let's see what we can find.
Again, this is a Goodwill I've never set foot in, so no expectations. Let's see what they got. Kind of a bigger store here for sure. Get us our chariot and get to work. All right, I see gentlemen back there. Also see some fresh racks. Guess that's all women's swimsuits. Not really my thing. Couple of shirts here. Oh, that's funny. Got some free flies right here. And I've said this a million times, probably not a million, but I've said it a bunch of times. When I find free fly, it is usually worn out. Very uncommon that I actually take home one of these free flies that I find at the thrift store. And this one's got some stains on it. And it looks like it's kind of wore out too. This one's got a fight with me, isn't it? Goodness gracious, what is going on here? Okay, another one, looks like tag worn off. Yeah, stains on it and stuff. This one at least doesn't feel like it's all pilly and stuff. Oftentimes that free fly is just totally pilly, but for $4.95 stained free flies, these are going back. If these weren't stained, it's probably like a $20 or so item. Oh, what a disaster. Got some more fresh racks this way, we'll start there. All right, Kim doesn't usually last too long in the thrift store. We got $12.55. Let's see how long she actually lasts before she takes off. All right, so those fresh racks were a total bust. All right, I guess we'll just get started here in the pants because that's where I am. Got a pair of Orvis pants right here. These are actually like fleece lined, like a hiking pants, fleece lined. Got some cargo pockets. Oh wow, that's really dirty. I think it's just thrift dust. Oh yeah, these probably fell on the floor. Yeah, that'll all come off. So I'm gonna grab these. These should sell for between 20 and 25 bucks. They're gonna go for $5.25 here. So we'll throw these here in the cart. Got another pair of Orvis coming up here. These ones are not fleece lined. These are just more of like a regular plain old like hiking tech pant. These ones don't have the thrift dust, so that's good. Oh, but it does have that hole right there, so we'll put those back. Got a pair of J. Crew Thompson dress pants here. Full, like they're probably a wool blend. Wool and polyester and elastane, so we'll pick these up. J. Crew Thompson, size 35 by 32. Nice like little plaid, subtle plaid pattern on these. And they look like they're in really good condition, although we'll just double check it real quick here. Yeah, these look good. I typically sell these in like the high 20s. I do look for that J. Crew Thompson model. It sells well for me, and the color and the pattern and the fact that it's wool, all those things combined make this a pickup. Although you probably already know I pass on 99.99% of J. Crew, so don't go crazy out there looking for very specific stuff. Banana Republic, I pick up some of these dress pants similar to the J. Crews if they're wool, if they have a nice pattern, and these ones are polyester and rayon, so I'll probably leave these behind, even though that's a really nice kind of in fashion modern gray plaid, but we'll leave that behind. If it's wool, I'm grabbing it. Look at this, more J. Crew Thompson. I think that's the same size too, 35 by 32, right? Tapered fit. What's the material? 54% wool, 41% polyester, a little bit of elastane, so it's like the same size and the same model as the last pair, and it's got a nice kind of gray heathered pattern to these, so very in style right now. We're gonna grab these for $5.25. Now I want to see if I can find the suit coats or the blazers that go with this, make that a two-piece suit and make some good money. Got more Banana Republic, not the same size but similar, 34 by 30. That's a different human, but these, that's a cotton pant right there. Ooh, that's another one, J. Crew Thompson. That's the same one as the two we grabbed, 35 by 32, tapered leg. If these are wool, we'll grab them too. You know, we might even be able to bundle these actually. Never bundled these pants. Wool, polyester, elastane, so nice Glen plaid pattern on these. Gosh, if I can find the blazers for these, that would be so sweet. But we could also bundle these, I'm not sure. I mean, same size, same pants, same model, tapered leg fit, like kind of similar patterns. Actually, let's look at them, 1, 2, 3. That'd be a nice bundle for somebody. Might be worth exploring that, but let's find those blazers instead. That would be a way better outcome. All right, here's the moment of truth here. We got sports coats and blazers, not too many of them, maybe like 24 of them. So let's see if we can find those Banana Republics. Wouldn't that be sweet? I mean, it's good gas. I'm proud of you. That's really good. But yeah, $7.50. That's probably a $20 piece. So just like a slimmer margin.
Yeah. And women. Well, it doesn't have to be women. It's women.
Women's will sell. I sold one the other day for $25, but it had a really cool pattern on it. That's like basic, bro. Bra.
Basic, yeah.
But good grab. I'm proud of you. So that was my buddy Boo. He did good. He found himself a Columbia fleece, but just not quite got to hit our margins that we need. It's a nice Joseph A. Banks, but you know what? It's got like a little bit of a subtle herringbone pattern, but a really thick lapel right there. So that's an older style, so it'd be a tough sell these days. Looks like more Joseph. Look at all these Joseph A. Bank hangers here. So another Joseph A. Bank blazer. This one a little bit more of modern look. It's got the pick stitching. Looks like it's got some dirt on it, but just a very plain blue blazer. I guess it's got the metal buttons, which is cool, but the metal buttons have some wear. The sleeves have some wear. I wouldn't pick it up anyway, but the condition just isn't there on that. Got another one. This is a full two-piece suit. This might actually be a grab because two pieces will be $10 together, and the full suit's definitely a better sell-through rate on these. Kind of a modern, kind of heathered pattern to it. Looks like it might have a flaw on the front right there. Yeah, if there's a subtle flaw there, there's probably more elsewhere too. But this could be a good grab. It's actually, these are mismatched pants. That's like a herringbone pattern, and this is like a heathered pattern. So I actually wouldn't grab this even in good condition. It's a subtle difference in pattern, but I'm not gonna grab a mismatched suit like that. So we'll put that back. Looks like we might have more Joseph A. Banks coming. No, that's Joseph Weiss, Hagar, maybe not. If you're new to the channel, I do buy and sell a lot of Joseph A. Bank, but I am really selective about that brand. I'd probably pass on 99.99% of it. This is an example of actually something I might pick up. So here's something to look for, by the way. So this is camel hair, by the way. I can tell by feeling it. So this has pre-spots. So this is for the dry cleaner to let them know that there's a spot somewhere on it. So the dry cleaner cleaned it. They may or may not have gotten out said spot. But that's definitely something to look for. Dry cleaner tags are usually good. It shows you that somebody took good care of the item, or at least it's a hint they did. But when you see that spot there on it, then it might be something they didn't get off. Now this is camel hair. I'm almost 100% sure. Let's see here. Yep, 100% camel hair. It's got that nice like soft feel to it. Actually a pretty good seller in Joseph A. Bank, but this feels a little rough around the edges, and there's like some spots here that may or may not come off. So, but I can just tell that it's lived a nice long life, and now it's going off to retirement. It's not going for another job after this. We'll put this one back, but I do like picking up those camel hair Joseph A. Bank if they're in like really good condition. All right, another Joseph A. Bank here. Oh, this one's camel hair too, almost certain. Yep, 100%. Cashmere. How about that? 100% cashmere. Was that last one cashmere too? I just read it wrong. I think that was camel hair. This is cashmere, so this is actually a good grab too. Might have been donated by the same person, although this one doesn't have the dry cleaner tag with the spot cleaning on it. This one feels really, really soft. So it doesn't have the same issues that last one did, where it just kind of felt like it lived its life. This is a good grab right here. Probably like a $50 blazer right here. Nice navy blue pattern. Solid, never goes out of style. If this was wool, I wouldn't pick it up. But cashmere for $6.95, we're gonna grab that. All right, looks like we might be out of luck with our Banana Republic blazers to match our pants. That's a bummer. That was real home run potential for this store, but we're still gonna grab those pants. There's still resale value there, but just if we found the jackets, we're probably talking about like $70, $80, $90 sales. So whatever, there's still a chance that we can get some home run stuff here. It's just not going to be in the blazers. So I don't know if you can tell this, but this store isn't super well stocked. You can see that there's a lot of space on all these racks I've been through. I haven't pointed it out yet, but even like here in that blazers section, you could fit like another 10 right there. In that hoodies and sweatshirt section, right, you can fit like 15 more there. This shirt section, just that one section, you can fit probably 25 more shirts right here. So not super well stocked. I'm not sure that this store will take us a lot of time to get through. Doesn't mean we won't find good stuff. Just means we won't have as much to go through. I probably won't take a lot of quantity from this store, but there's always home run potential. Here's a Joseph A. Bank. I do pick up some of these if they're silk or wool. This one's silk, but I can see real quickly that there's a big kind of pull slash tear right there on the top. Now this isn't like a home run seller by any stretch of the imagination. I sell these for like 20 to 25 bucks if they're silk or merino wool. I don't touch the cotton ones, but silk or merino can be a go. Cashmere can be a go in these too for $4.95. So it's basically like a $4.95 into $20 to $25 flip, which you know I like, but obviously with a hole, I'm not going to grab that one. By the way, if you enjoyed the little lifestyle cuts of what we've been doing in Charleston for fun, let me know down below in the comments, like what places did you enjoy the most that I showed you, or if you're local to Charleston or have visited or have some local knowledge, let me know some places that I missed that I got to hit next time. I've really had a lot of fun in the city. I can't believe it's taken me so long to visit, but now that we've been here, we've had a really great time. I'm already thinking about when we're going to come back next. Here we go, Polo Ralph Lauren, men's size 2 extra large, so great size right here. Pony on the chest, which we're looking for, nice plaid pattern, very, very in style plaid pattern, and actually in season too, just like a very preppy look. We've been all over Charleston and seen all kinds of preppy boys, preppy men dressing up in like stuff just like this right here. So great grab. It's bread and butter, but $4.95. In that bigger size and this nice pattern, I'll probably list this closer to 25 bucks and accept offers down to 20, 21, 22 in that range. So that this should be a quick sell if I price it right too. How about this? Nothing says 80 something degree day in Charleston like a leather jacket. 20 bucks for this London fog jacket. Not a lot of value here, even in better condition. This one's pretty worn out. It's just kind of funny to think. I'm like sweating in here in the thrift store. By the way, somebody should call their AC person and get the air conditioning fixed in here. Just funny to think about a jacket like that on a day like this when it's just hot, hot, humid. So this is interesting. This is a brand that I've slowed down on picking up, particularly for the shirts. The pants still do really well, but brand is built. And the thing here though is this is new with tags. It's a good size in the 2XL. So depending on the price, yeah, $4.95. They didn't price it up for being new, so I'm gonna grab this right here. These shirts here are typical. They call it the, see right here, drop cut short sleeve polo. So you can see in the back, like that curved hem is really a staple of this brand. And this is like a gym kind of training brand, which has been popular over the last couple of years, like athleisure. So $4.95 in the cart. I don't know what these sell for new. Used, they sell for around the $20 mark or upper teens, but I imagine new I should be able to get $30 for this. Ah, man. Glad I noticed that now. It's like at least 3 stains in that little cluster. And here's the thing, I mean, even if I wanted to spot clean this one, it's like new with tags, it's so hard to like clean an item like this to try to get that out. And being that it's a cream shirt like this, there's no, like, even if I pointed out those stains, somebody's not going to want to buy this shirt, really. I'd have to price it so cheap to get the sale, even new with tags. Gosh, that could have been one of the better finds. Maybe not the find of the day, but one of the better finds right there if that wasn't stained. Well. Here's 7 Diamonds. Now, this is a brand I do pick up some stuff from. I'm not going to grab this piece, though. Typically, what I'm looking for is it will say 4-way stretch on the tag right there. Some other ones that just say stretch I might pick up if it has like a really nice pattern. This pattern to me is kind of meh with the vertical thin stripes, and it doesn't have any kind of like moisture wicking. It's also stained on the inside of the collar there, but even without the stains, I'm not grabbing this particular 7 Diamonds, but this is a brand that's worth your time to look up when you find it, especially if it's the 4-way stretch. Got a Under Armour hoodie right here. This is like, for me, it's probably borderline no, but it's a good size in the 2XL. Just a nice, like, I mean, this is a nice piece. If this was my size, I'd probably grab that, but $5.25, I'm gonna pass on this one, but you could make the argument to pick that up. It's just not the best sell-through rate on those pieces. Again, a very underwhelming polo section. If we see here, there's like, what, 10 shirts on that rack. You could probably fit another 40 right there. And then you can do the same thing here. What do you got to fit? Like 30 right there. So for whatever reason, just pretty low on inventory right now. So just moving quick through this store, that's for sure. By the way, if you're keeping track, it is 1:29 now, and Kim just left to go across the street. I don't know why they don't have a restroom here, but she went across the street to the grocery store to go to the restroom like 4 minutes ago. So we'll call that 1:25. So she made it 30 minutes in the thrift store. Our friends made it that whole way too. So pretty good. Got a pair of On Clouds right here, but you can already see the hole right there in the side, and yeah, totally worn out on the bottom. Always love finding On Clouds, $12.95. In good shape, I'm grabbing those, but obviously those have lived their life. And here we go, Southern Tide. I definitely don't pick up everything from Southern Tide these days. Once upon a time, like 4 or 5 years ago, pretty much picked up everything Southern Tide, all the button-down shirts, all the pants, but not anymore. Pretty selective. I do pick up some of these. Now the fish on the back, the skipjack, is a little bit kind of like worn out. You can see he's like wrinkled and all that. I do pick up these ones if they're in perfect condition, because this is moisture wicking, so polyester spandex. Nice, like in style, modern colorway right here, and it's in season right now. Like, this is the best time of year, April, to be selling golf polos, but I'll leave that one behind just because it's slightly imperfection there. There is value to this. It's just you're competing against a bunch of people on eBay that have the same exact shirt, and other people will have it where it's not all, you know, cut up or wrinkled, or, you know, you can see it's all broken like that. So that's a challenge. If this is in like a vintage shop or something, or like whatever, like just a booth somewhere, right, then it's going to be the only one on the rack. So somebody's really not going to care about those imperfections. But on eBay, if there's like 200 of this same shirt or very similar shirts listed, and, you know, 180 of them don't have those, you know, little cuts right there, then those people are going to get the sales, unless mine is significantly cheaper and then I sell it. But if I don't point out those like little cuts and wrinkles to the potential buyer, and they buy it and they get it, they're probably going to return it, and then I'm I'm on the hook for shipping to them and return shipping too. So I'm just going to avoid that shirt altogether. Travis Matthew, this looks like it's brand new without tags. Brand that I definitely don't pick up as much as I used to. Now, brand new with tags, I'm going to grab some Travis Matthew. Problem is, we got like I guess a company logo of some kind right there. So that combination of it being new without tags and with a company logo, I'm going to leave this one behind for $4.95. But if that company logo wasn't there, or if the tag was there, I might consider it. Here's a Charles Tyrwhitt. Now the dress shirts don't sell super well. I'm very, very selective about the dress shirts. I do pick up some. The polos actually sell a little bit better sell-through rate, especially in season like this. But this one is just all wore out. It's just all pilly. It feels like it's just gonna fall apart in my hands, but that's a good seller in the $20 to $25 range. Most sell closer to 25, I think, so I would grab that. Again, condition obviously matters quite a bit. I can't think of a brand that is more Charleston than Vineyard Vines, and this one's 100% linen. Like, that is such a Charleston shirt right there. Linen. I thought that was a stain, but it looked like it just rubbed right off. But yeah, I think I'm gonna grab this piece. $4.95. If this is in good shape, this is a good grab. Very, very in season right now. Really nice pattern to it, and the linen. So we are grabbing that one. No frickin' way. Right behind that Vineyard Vines, we got a Pataloha. It has been years, like maybe 4 or 5 years since the last time I found this. So this is Patagonia, but this is an older, like, vintage Hawaiian line that they had. And look at this. It's got surfers all over it. It's got leaves all over it. It's got this loop collar. What an awesome shirt here. Made in Portugal, 100% cotton. Now, I can't tell you how much this is worth because, like I said, it's been years and years since I've found one. $4.95 on this. Looks like it's got all its buttons. I'm not seeing any stains. It doesn't feel worn out. Let's look up the price of this together. Good to meet you, my man.
Nice to meet you.
You live around here?
Yeah.
Yeah? You flip stuff too?
Yeah. I was going to tell you that your videos be helping me out because a lot of people think you got to get these high-end items. Sometimes you do, but you let me realize that it's money to be made in the lower stuff too.
You're listening. All right, I just looked up this Pataloha on eBay. There is 635 currently listed. I just filtered it for sold. 333 sold over the last 90 days. So about a 50% sell-through rate, which is solid. But look at these sale prices. $168.75, $89.99, $85, $180, $69.99, $235. Maybe there's a flaw on that one. $45, $180, $275, and that's a men's size small. $37.99, $40, $80, $159. You get the idea. Really good seller right here. Looks like some of these patterns might be in more demand than other ones, and maybe certain ages are more in demand. You can see this one says $19.99. Some of these I saw had like $19.93, $19.94. That one's $94 for $168. So either way, for $4.95, this is an easy grab and probably our find of the whole trip so far. Pretty good. I'm excited about this one if you can't tell. Got some last minute fresh racks we can hit, and I can already see a couple of really nice looking laser patterns right here that I'm going to check out. Nice modern check pattern. This is Kenneth Cole. Pass on that one. Look at that pattern, that plaid. Very in style. Joseph Aboud, you know, this is a brand I think I've probably ignored maybe too much, but I just recently sold a brand new with tags one for pretty quickly, by the way, for like 65 bucks that I picked up at a thrift. So I made it a point to myself that I'm going to start trying out some of these, especially if they're going to be like elite patterns, like really modern ones. We can see this does have like a thinner lapel, which is in style right now, and it's got just an awesome in style plaid pattern. So I'm going to grab this one for $6.95, and we'll give it a try. That right here looks like a Lululemon. Might be worn out, but we're looking for, there it is, with a Lululemon logo on the fresh rack, but pretty worn out, so we're going to leave that one behind. Got a Southern Marsh right here behind it. This one looks like it's in pretty good shape. Very kind of summertime, springtime kind of colorway on this one. Good brand here. These typically sell in the low 20s up to 25 bucks. Men's size large. Love that pattern and that color for the summer, so we're going to grab that.
All right, I'm going to close out this video by showing you some of our favorite stops in Charleston over the last few days. We got into some really fun stuff. At this store, I got a total of 10 items. I spent $49.75. Here's where I want to invite you to come to our Monday morning live stream. Look, this isn't a channel just for shopping. It's a channel for selling online. So join us for that live stream. It's every Monday around noontime Eastern. I'll show you everything that's sold over the weekend. We pack and ship those orders. We talk reselling. I answer questions and all that stuff. So please make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on the notifications. So hit that bell icon and make sure you turn on the notifications so you know when I go live. For now, enjoy the sights and sounds of Charleston. See you next time.
Porch light flicker on the siding, Moths dancing like they know the tune. Porch light flicker on the siding. Moths dancing like they know the tune. Every breath feels viral. But tonight, the world's in tune. Chair horns beneath me, blank boards keep the time. Old chair horns beneath me, blank boards keep the time. If this sound ain't perfect, that's how I it's mine. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Static sings the harmony